Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, body of Wayne Rodriguez found on Caye Caulker Fecal Coliform found in water well at Kolbe Foundation. Defense Attorneys Association threatens constitutional challenge over exclusion from key legal bodies, and Belize to participate in the Central American and Caribbean Games for the first time since 1998. These stories and more are coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Good night and welcome to Plus News for Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. I am Julian Cruz. Police are investigating the death of a 56-year-old Belize City electrician who was found unresponsive at a construction site in Caye Caulker on Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as Wayne Wilford Rodriguez of Farbers Road, Belize City. According to police, officers responded to the Elite construction site on the north side of the island, where Rodriguez was found lying motionless on his bed inside his living quarters. Investigators say a fellow electrician became concerned after noticing Rodriguez had not gotten up and went to check on him at around 1:20 p.m. Upon finding him unresponsive, the co-worker alerted police. Authorities reported that Rodriguez was last seen alive at approximately 5 a.m. that same day. He had reportedly been employed with the construction company for the past 8 months. Authorities said no visible injuries were observed on the body and the cause of death remains under investigation. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed that traces of fecal coliform have been identified in one of the 3 water supplies that are used at the Kolbe Foundation. The ministry conducts periodic water tests throughout the country, and last year on the 15th of September conducted tests on the 3 water supplies that are used at the Kolbe Foundation. According to John Bowden, the Principal Health Inspector at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Kolbe Foundation's water well came back positive of 4 traces of fecal coliform.
That inspection was conducted on the, I think it was the 24th of October, and from that report, actually it was the 15th of September, and from that report we saw that there were still some concerns in terms of the water quality that is at the source, that is used as a source for water at the Kolbe Foundation. The first, there are 3 different types of water that is actually used at the Kolbe Foundation. They have the reverse osmosis, there's well water, and there's the BWS water. Of course, the ones that are suitable for consumption is from BWS, and that is recommended, and that has been used for drinking. The well basically has been used for preparation of food and washing. And then we have the reverse osmosis is used only for toilets and for bathing. And so this was found during the inspection and assessment done at the facility. Now, in that regards, we have found that in terms of the biological components, that we had some of the water, primarily the well water that was actually tested positive for fecal coliforms, no? And so with that, we would not recommend that this would be a water that would be safe for use. And then, of course, in terms of the chemical, there were many of them that had altered limits, and so we were recommending that water is not good for consumption.
The water from the well is reportedly used by the prison to prepare food for the inmates, but according to Bowden, no inmate showed any symptoms of potential poisoning. The Association of Defense Attorneys, the ADA, has formally notified the government of Belize of its intention to pursue a constitutional claim, alleging that the continued exclusion of the organization from key legal decision-making bodies violates its constitutional right to freedom of association and meaningful representation. In a statement, the ADA, the Association of Defense Attorneys, said it represents approximately 95% of active criminal defense attorneys in Belize, and noted that successive governments, through the Office of the Attorney General, had previously committed to including the association on the Judicial and Legal Services Commission, the JLSC, and the General Legal Council. However, the organization says those commitments have not been fulfilled. The association also criticized the most recent appointments to the criminal bench, arguing that the selections were made without consultation with the organization, representing the vast majority of attorneys who regularly appear before the criminal courts. According to the ADA, its continued exclusion from the institutions responsible for judicial appointments and the administration of justice undermines transparency, accountability, and public confidence in the legal system. President of the ADA, Richard Dickey Bradley, says that Belizeans should not be excluded from the posts.
The situation, in our view, is that something is wrong where every meeting that has to do with the appointment and the selection of judges and magistrates, the record speaks for itself. Every time there is an appointment in the judiciary for a judge or a magistrate, lo and behold, you can guess the outcome. It is not going to be a Belizean. For those of us who are involved in this profession, that is glaring, because there are way over 100 attorneys at law that you are basically saying to, well, we're still a young nation, we're saying to this young nation, not one or uno, not a single one is suitable. Something wrong with that. You not to be no liar to see that something is dreaded about that kind of situation.
We are not saying that the judges who have been selected are not competent. We're not saying that we have anything against our CARICOM brothers or sisters. We are not saying any of that. But what we have been saying for some years is that the Association of Defense Attorneys, who represent 95% of the people who sit on the criminal bench, and essentially our courts are set into the civil and the criminal bench, so we represent 50% of the judiciary, must have a say and must be involved in the process. So right now we are in the dark as to the rest of the public, as to who applied, what are the qualifications. We don't know. Yet we are the persons who will have interaction with these people.
The problem is that JLSC is only appointing foreigners. That can't happen in every country and continue without nobody saying anything. Something is wrong, my brothers and sisters of the media. Something must be wrong. So many magistrates, so many judges, not one Belizean.
The association maintains that criminal defense attorneys play a vital role in protecting constitutional rights and ensuring due process, making their participation essential in decisions affecting the judiciary. While reaffirming its willingness to engage constructively with the government, the ADA says it is now prepared to take legal action to secure the representation it says has long been promised to the JLSC and the General Legal Counsel. The Association of Defense Attorneys, the ADA, has also announced that its members will stop accepting new legal aid cases under the current fee structure beginning August 1, citing long-standing concerns over inadequate compensation. In a leaked letter, the association says that the existing legal aid fees do not fairly compensate attorneys for the time, expertise, and responsibility involved in representing accused persons, and argues that the current system places an unsustainable burden on practitioners and could ultimately affect the quality of life representation available to those who rely on legal aid. Secretary of the association, O.J. Elrington, stated that the association came to a reasonable compromise with the government, but as of today, the promise has not been kept.
The members of our association will not accept any more what my good senior called court-appointed matters. These are the matters for which essentially we work pro bono. The Association of Defense Attorneys, again, I will be very pessimistic and say does 95% of these matters. Because again, we're talking about murder trials, all right? And I have seen where there is an issue that I must bring to the attention of the public, where again, and us doing this is not an attempt to cripple the judiciary and to cripple the access to justice for those persons who cannot afford it. But this again has been a commitment that the administration has made and committed that they would change it, understanding that it was costing our membership to represent people. When you're going to travel all the way to Toledo, hotel, etc., and my good brother had mentioned it's not $5, it's $2,000. $2,000. When my good brother can tell you at the private bar, you're looking at a minimum of about $15,000 if you're going at the private bar. We had come to a compromise, and they said $7,500. So that it is somewhere in the middle to cover your expenses, etc., and something for your time. All right? So our decision is that come the 1st of August, our membership will not take any more court-appointed matters.
So what happened to the compromise of that $7,500?
Again, we have not, they simply have not. They have not a promise from last year that we've had meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. It was a year before, see?
According to the association, its members currently handle approximately 95% of all court-assigned legal aid matters in Belize. It emphasized that the decision is not intended to disrupt the justice system, but to encourage the government to fulfill a commitment made more than a year ago to increase the legal aid stipend. A Mahogany Heights man has been remanded on sexual assault charge. That and other stories right after this break.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. Each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
We came in and we worked with the IT vet management or contractor, and together with the SIF team, we rehabilitated, refurbished these buildings. A big part was the leaks. We had leaks on the roof. We cleared it, we sealed, we painted, so we shouldn't have leaking roofs again. We got a total refurbishment. Leaky roofs, the computer lab, the kitchen, everything was refurbished, and it was much needed because now we could better serve our trainees starting all the way from Bay Vista and maybe even further south. Persons who will be coming here to get trained, to get their skills, because we do go by our motor skills-based bills.
We found this place quite in need, where we had very low enrollment, very little attention being paid to the needs of this area of the South. And so these things will go a long way to ensure that we can do a good job at serving our community, and in particular the students who are going to be coming here for this very important training in technical and vocational education.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan, Genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
A 44-year-old Mahogany Heights resident has been remanded to the Belize Central Prison after being charged with sexual assault. Sheldon Lewis, also known as Sugar, appeared before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison in the Belize City Magistrates Court, where he pleaded not guilty to the charge. During the arraignment, Lewis appeal for bail, telling the court, "I, the one working man, I am innocent. I should be working at this time." But according to police, the complainant reported that at approximately 12:15 a.m. on Monday, July 20, she was walking home when a man she knew as Sugar allegedly grabbed her by the shoulders. Police said the woman reported that her shirt was torn open during the incident, exposing her chest, after which the suspect allegedly touched both of her breasts and attempted to trip her as she tried to escape. She told investigators she managed to break free and ran to a friend's house before seeking police assistance. Police later detained Lewis at around 12:44 a.m. in connection with a separate incident involving another female. While at the police station, the complainant identified him as the man who allegedly assaulted her. After considering the allegations, Senior Magistrate Dennison denied bail and remanded Lewis to the Belize Central Prison, noting that the court record did not specify the age of the complainant and opting to err on the side of caution. Lewis is scheduled to return to court on August 22, 2026. A 42-year-old Hattieville man has been fined after pleading guilty to stealing a sledgehammer from his employer during a house demolition job. Felix Lawrence Petillo appeared before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison in the Belize City Magistrates Court, where he admitted to stealing a Trooper brand sledgehammer valued at $50 belonging to Robert Belize. According to court reports, Petillo had been hired to assist with demolishing a house in Hattieville. Police say that after his employer refused to give him an advance payment for a second day of work, Petillo threatened to steal his tools. Investigators say he later took the sledgehammer and gave it to a Hattieville mechanic. The tool was subsequently recovered by police. Petillo initially pleaded not guilty and was granted bail with conditions, including that he have no contact with the complainant or prosecution witnesses. However, while awaiting the completion of his bail, he changed his plea to guilty. Senior Magistrate Dennison imposed a non-custodial sentence, fining Petillo $300 along with $5 in court costs. He has until August 31, 2026 to pay the $305. Failure to do so will result in 2 weeks imprisonment. Police are investigating a shooting that occurred earlier today on Handyside Street in the Old Capital. No official police report has been released, but information suggests that Miguel Guerra was shot. It is believed that the assailants attempted to rob the establishment and in the process shot Guerra. We will have more details on this latest shooting as they become available. Police are also investigating a robbery that occurred last night in Orange Walk Town at the Gas Plus station. At around 9 o'clock last night, while the pump attendants were getting ready to close up the gas station for the night, 2 men on a motorcycle rode up to the pump and pretended to want gas. The passenger then pulled out a firearm and pointed it at the attendants, demanding money. The pump attendants handed over $600 in cash and made good there. And the culprits made good their escape. Anyone with information regarding the identity of the suspects is asked to contact the Orange Walk Police Station at 322-2022. Belize's under-20 basketball team is gearing up to participate in the upcoming Central American and Caribbean Games. The games will be hosted in the Dominican Republic and are set to begin on Friday, July 24. It's an exciting time for Belize as the country will be participating in the tournament for the first time since 1998. The team is currently practicing in Belize with one goal in mind: to bring home the gold. Stephen Williams, the assistant coach of the team, says that the team is determined to make the country proud.
It's a very big tournament for us. For the first time in many years, I think since 1998, we've qualified for this tournament. We placed third in Guatemala last year at the Central American Games, and now we are participating in these games. It's the Central American and Caribbean Games coming up in a week or so.
Talk to us about the roster. How ready are they?
The team has been together for 4 years. I believe we had an addition of maybe one or two guys, but the team has been together for 4 years. If you guys can go back to when we played here, we won the bronze medal against Mexico, which was pretty tough. Going into that tournament, we actually said, we wanted to medal. But now coming up to this tournament, the staff that we have, the players, we believe we could win a gold medal, and that's our goal right now for this trip. The team has been making some noise. We haven't won a gold medal yet, but we are actually ranked ninth within the Americas and things like that. So for Belize, we are up there on the rank chart now.
So who are the countries that we're looking at as if top favorites for this tournament?
I would say Dominica, the home country, and Puerto Rico. Those are the two teams we are looking forward to. When we had the tournament here in Belize, the two games that we lost was the DR and Puerto Rico. So those are usually the powerhouse in these tournaments, and we are preparing for those countries.
Belize's first game is on Sunday against Nicaragua. We spoke to some of the players ahead of Sunday's big game.
The mindset is completely elevated from over the previous years. We have a great group. The group have been together for the past 4 years. We've been developing personally, and so the mindset has definitely elevated.
I feel pretty good. Proof is in the pudding. These guys and myself work extremely hard to get here. I mean, everyone has improved. I mean, I've been preaching that since I was younger. I'll say that, I'm not really that old. When I was younger, everyone has improved a lot, and we can for sure go to a tournament in the middle, but we just don't want a medal. We want to win gold. So I'm talking to the guys and having them believe that we can actually do this, and it all starts with our mindset, how we prepare, how we treat every practice, how we wake up in the morning and do our routine.
Belize and UNICEF launched first National Climate Impact Assessment on Children. Plus News will be right back with that story.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, and the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca parking facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. Each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
The government of Belize, through the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Solid Waste Management, has partnered with UNICEF Belize to launch the Climate Landscape Analysis for Children Plus. It's called a CLAC Plus report. The country's first comprehensive assessment of how climate change and related environmental challenges affect children and other vulnerable populations. The report, officially launched on Friday, July 17th, identifies the impacts of climate change, environmental issues, energy, and disasters on children, persons with disabilities, indigenous peoples, and pregnant and lactating women. It also provides evidence-based recommendations aimed at strengthening climate resilience and promoting more inclusive national policies and programs. According to the ministry, the fundings are intended to guide future investments, policies, and programs that better protect vulnerable communities from the growing effects of climate change. The report also calls for greater collaboration across sectors including health, education, social protection, disaster risk management, environmental management, and sustainable development. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, and Technology hosted its inaugural STEAM Festival in San Ignacio in the Caye district on July 18, highlighting innovative projects developed by students through the Women in Fourth Industrial Revolution component of the Skills for the Future program. The festival featured students presenting solutions to real-world community challenges in using science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, STEAM. According to the ministry, the initiative is designed to equip young women with the knowledge, confidence, and technical skills needed to succeed in the rapidly evolving fourth industrial revolution. Dr. Consuelo Godfrey, one of the consultants, told us more about the event and what the girls were doing in the weeks leading up to the event.
So today's event is really a culmination of 2 weeks of hard work for the high school. But prior to this day, which is the main event, we had a primary camp which lasted 1 week, and we had the participation of 17 different primary schools across the country. And we were working with over 300 girls from standard 4, 5, and 6. And the goal was for those girls to be exposed to all aspects of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And the girls built robots, they did problem solving, they did prototyping, they did designing, they did critical thinking, analytical thinking. And we have a primary school showcase here at the festival, so when guests come in, they could see what the girls did in that 1 week. Following that, we had 2 weeks of high school camps where we worked with first and second form girls. And the goal was for the girls to add technology to all the different STEAM areas, so science, technology, more technology. So we had had them do a game design, we had them do a windmill, a digital windmill, we had them build robots that could move and have different behaviors. The girls were allowed to have guests come into the schools, and the guests were from different sectors of society: conservation, arts, engineering. We had folks from the agriculture unit, we had folks from the TVET come in and work with the girls and talk to the girls about real life STEAM initiatives led by women, because it's women in STEAM. And then we also had the high school girls kind of go to the different sites around in their district, and they were able to then look at STEAM in real life. So they were able to visit places like the Esquivel Apiary in Corozal. They were able to visit the Hydro Belize Chaleo Dam in Cayo. They were able to visit Solar Sisters in San Pedro, Colombia. They went to Trees, which is an ecological site off the Hummingbird Highway for the ecumenical girls. The girls out in Belmopan, they worked with the University of Belize, and they learned about robotics, chemistry, engineering. And so they had a really good time in actually seeing STEAM in action as they were going to these site visits. And today, as you well saw, so we had over 30 groups present. The judging is currently underway, but the girls really showcased their skills. Many of them had innovative projects. Many of them built prototypes of their ideas. And the goal was, that's what we want to see in our young women. We want them to come from idea, what we call ideation, all the way down to prototyping and testing. And so the STEAM Festival was really a celebration of those skills.
The initiative is supported by the Global Partnership for Education and the Inter-American Development Bank, and implemented in collaboration with the Education Development Center. The program aims to reach approximately 1,000 primary and secondary school girls across Belize. The initiative encourages participants to pursue further education and long-term careers in STEAM-related fields. And that brings us to the end of our newscast for tonight. We want to say thank you so much for tuning into Plus News. And be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we bring you all the latest happenings from around the world, from around Belize, and from issues affecting Belize around the world. God bless and have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow.